What is up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been quite some months since I have made a video, and to be honest, so much in my life has changed. I have made the decision to go back to university and study postgraduate psychology. I had planned on, coming home and spending a couple of months here living with my family and then moving to Mount Maunganui, which is a beautiful beach town that I have lived in the past. But even though I felt like that is somewhere I would end up, I just had this knowing that there was so many gaps that I needed to fill in before I would actually move there. So I have been here in this beautiful place at my mum's, and I've had a lot of time to reflect and a lot of time to fill in those gaps, and made the decision to actually stay here in Dunedin and to go back to the University of Otago. It's been 11 years since I graduated from the same university with my Bachelor of Law, so it's a big decision and yeah, a bit of a crazy reroute in my life, I would say. But I'm going to make a video soon sharing with you all of the reasons behind that decision to go back to university and to start studying psychology. But what I thought was more important to share and would be hopefully really helpful for some of you is to open up and share the reasons why I hadn't made that decision sooner. I didn't even realize that that was the decision that I had to make, to be honest. I felt quite stuck, and it wasn't until I spent some time in this really free and peaceful environment really allowed me to learn a lot about myself and to realize why I had felt stuck in a way and why I hadn't made this decision sooner and why I really needed to do it. So this video is really about what has changed within me that has sort of given me the power and given me the understanding and awareness that I needed in order to make this decision. A little bit of a housekeeping thing. I really wanted to make these videos outside in this beautiful environment that has really helped me to learn a lot. I am using a microphone on my camera, but we may have some interruptions. What, Susan? I'm making a video. So we may have some interruptions, but hopefully the audio is clear on these videos with the microphone, because I really want to make these videos in this outdoor environment while I can. In winter I probably won't, as it gets pretty cold here, but yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, the videos are clear and you can hear me, and yeah, hopefully it's all good. So I had been thinking about this life update that I want to share with you guys. I've been thinking about the decision to go back to university and sharing with you the reasons behind that decision, and I have opened up about that a little bit recently on Instagram, so you may or may not have seen that post. But I really felt like there was sort of a gap before me coming to this decision that was sort of why did I feel sort of stuck in my life, and why did I feel like I sort of didn't know how to get to this end goal that I have. One of my end goals, and this is the first time I've really shared this openly, but one of my end goals is to be an author and write messages, I guess, that can help people. Susan, come on. To write messages that can help people to understand themselves better and to just develop the self-awareness that it takes to step into your own potential in life in whatever it is that you choose to do. And I think that self-awareness and actually developing that self-awareness is the most important thing that we are here to do. It's what we are all striving to do, or we all should be striving to do, but a lot of us aren't, and a lot of us are kind of really scared to actually look inside of ourselves and ask questions about why we are where we are, and why do we feel the way we feel, and how can we learn from where we are and the way we feel and everything that has happened in our lives. How can we learn from that and be at peace with that and use that awareness to move forward? So the other day, one of my clients, Louise, posted a quote on Instagram, and it sort of just clicked for me, and I thought, that's what I need to share first. That's what I need to kind of get out there and explain why I have sort of arrived at this place, but what I've come to understand that has allowed me to make this decision to move forward. So the quote that sort of triggered this idea for me is, "Doubt kills more success than failure ever will." And I think that is something so important that we all can benefit from understanding, and from understanding how that applies to us. How does that apply to my life? And if I can understand how that applies to my life, how can that help me to overcome things and move forward? There has been a part of me that has been really fascinated with and drawn to learning all about psychology and different aspects of spirituality and how they tie together, and how can I become more aware of myself through understanding all of this, and then in turn how can I share that with other people so that I can shine a light, I guess, for other people to actually develop that curiosity about themselves, and that kind of wanting to understand and wanting to know more about who they are. If you can start asking these questions within yourself and looking for the answers, not outside of you but within yourself, you will gain so much clarity on, I guess, the path that your life is meant to take, and what people call, their purpose. What am I here to do? What is it that I am meant to be doing with my life that will bring me fulfillment and will bring me peace with where I am and where I'm going? When you start to develop this understanding and answer these questions, find these answers within inside yourself, you begin to realize that life is always providing you with every experience that you need to get to where you want to go. And you can then become so much more at peace with everything in your life, even the experiences that were painful or hard, because those experiences have just as much to teach you as the experiences that bring you joy, or the experiences that immediately feel like you've succeeded at something. So back to the quote, "Doubt kills more success than failure ever will." This is so important to understand and to kind of grasp this concept, because so often people fail at their big dreams not because they make steps towards it and it doesn't work out, but because they have so much doubt and so much fear of actually failing that they're too scared to even start, or they don't know where to start, so they just don't. And I think that is a place that I was really in. Doubt kills more success than failure ever will, because doubts and staying stuck or staying in one place because of your doubts and fears really is failing by default. And the thing that you realize is that even if you just take a small step, like one tiny little step towards your goals, you are closer than you were before you started, and all of those steps add up. But if you don't take those steps, if you don't start moving towards that goal, you've already failed, because you're just stuck in what is safe for you. You're stuck in that comfort zone of where you are. If you take no action towards your goals, then the risk of failing, the chance of failing is is almost 100%. But if you start moving towards your goals, you may face obstacles, and you probably will. There probably will be failures along the way, but you will always be moving closer. And what you will begin to learn is that even when you have failed or, hit a roadblock or stumbled, you are already closer. And in that failure, in that challenge, in that setback, whatever it is just another lesson. And when you unwrap that lesson, it will again send you in the right direction. Everything in your life is going to send you in the right direction if you are really present enough, and you're really asking the right questions of yourself to gain the awareness from that thing that has happened. What is this trying to teach me? And from where I am, and accepting where I am, how can I move forward towards that goal? And the thing is that sometimes the goal shifts, and for me, the goal has shifted so many times. So I shared that big goal, one of my big goals. And I know that there will be other things I will do along the way, but one of my big goals is to be an author, is to write a books, probably multiple books, that can actually help to guide others to find awareness within themselves. And I guess I feel like that is my way of contributing to the world, my way of contributing to other people. Part of, being able to become an author in this area of, our minds and our awareness and developing our greatest self-awareness is, having a really good understanding of the mind and of different aspects of spirituality and how it all ties together. And going back to university, going back to study psychology is a lot to do with that. It is developing a deeper understanding personally, but also developing, an understanding on a level that really allows me to share this message that I feel called to share. So I've been reading so many books, listening to, YouTube videos, podcasts, all of this stuff, kind of getting this knowledge. And I think I just reached a point where my desire to learn more about this stuff and to actually dive in head first and go back to university became just more powerful within me, more overwhelming, I guess, than the fear of, what if I take this huge step? What if I go back to university and what if I fail? What if I'm not smart enough to learn everything I want to learn? Or, what if it doesn't lead to where I want it to go? And that was this big doubt, this big fear inside of me. What if I am not capable of learning what I need to learn to share my voice? I think that no matter what it is that you feel called to do with your life, no matter what your big dream or big goal is, there is so often this element of fear or this element of doubt that keeps us stuck for a period of time. I want to share more about what I have learnt about the process of overcoming the doubts and of overcoming the fears, so that I could actually arrive at this place ready to move forward towards that big goal by taking the next step, taking what feels like the best next step for me. The question that I started asking of myself, and the question I am now asking of you guys, I guess, is how can we move past our doubts and move past those fears and take action towards our big goals and our big dreams, even though there is a chance we might fail, even though there is a chance that we might face rejection. Because if you can really understand that, I think that there is no failure and there is no rejection that you can't actually be at peace with, because you will understand why it has happened. And a really good example of this for me, I think, is my career as an IFBB pro. That was, for a time, it was really everything to me, and I thought that by me chasing my dreams and sharing the journey with you guys, I could help to inspire people, and you know, I could, I guess, change lives by just sharing the message that I had that kind of evolved with me through that journey. But I kept meeting these roadblocks and I felt really defeated. And again, I posted something on Instagram about this recently. I felt really stuck. Like, why do all these things keep happening to me that are stopping me from moving forward with this goal? And that sent me on, you know, this really inward journey of asking why are they happening. And what I arrived at was that I had a different path to follow, and that wasn't the path that was right for me to be following. After all, you know, I had outgrown what I thought was that big goal, you know, become Miss Olympia. I had actually outgrown that goal, and there was a new path that was emerging. And the more time I spent kind of turning inward, the more that path has become clear. It was a really powerful place for me to arrive at, and that is why I really want to share it with you guys, because I know that we all deserve to feel like this powerful in our own lives. We all deserve to feel really, I guess, led by our purpose, and we all deserve to achieve our big dreams. The process of overcoming, you know, the doubts and the fears is a process of turning inward, and I think that's something that's so important to understand. We go through our lives so much of the time looking outside of ourselves, trying to find ourselves in the world, to find our place in the world, however you like to speak about it. But it's not until you actually start turning inward that you are going to find the answers. I think that more and more people are sort of coming to this realization. They are starting to really appreciate how important all of this is, and how important that inward journey is, so that you can move forward in your life. And I guess that is why I think that it's really important that those of us who have developed this awareness and, you know, are able to be vulnerable about it. And it's not easy to share all this stuff, and I'll be making a lot of videos that aren't necessarily easy for me to share, but I am at peace with everything that has led me to this point, and I guess that is what sort of allows me to open up to you guys and share my experience in the hope that my experience is going to help you. Guess what I want to share is the importance of each of us as individuals to be courageous enough to take steps towards our goals, towards, you know, living from that purpose that we feel we are here to live, and to start to genuinely appreciate how impactful every single little step is. And I think that is what keeps most people stuck, is they have this huge dream, this huge goal, and they feel like they have to just get there. They have to get there. So, you know, I want to be an author, I want to write a book, and I think I spent so much time thinking that until I have written a book, I'm not successful. Until I have reached that destination, I'm not successful. And I started to realize that the fear of not writing the book was actually stopping me from taking the little steps that would get me closer, and that the little steps like going back to university and actually gaining more knowledge, getting a deeper education and understanding, and bit by bit, little step by little step, I will reach that goal. I think what we need to do is we need to learn to keep taking those little steps and do it from a place of peace, not from this place of lack that is like, you know, I want to be an author, so when I'm an author I'll be successful. You know, when I've written something significant I will be successful. But to actually be at peace with where I am, and to be at peace with every little step that I take towards that big goal. I think the hardest part of the process to master is actually being okay with moving forward in little steps, actually being okay with taking that little step. And, you know, we've all heard the quotes that a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step, and it is exactly the same with your big goals. But if you are scared of not being able to walk 1,000 miles, so you don't even take one step, or you don't even walk 1 mile, then you will never walk 1,000 miles. But if you walk just 1 mile today, and then tomorrow you walk just 1 mile further, then, you know, obviously 1,000 miles is quite far, but every step that you take towards that end goal is taking you in the right direction. A really important part of being able to take that first step or take that next step is learning to accept where you are now. And then, you know, if you are deeply accepting of where you are, of, you know, where you are in your journey, of the way that your life has shaped you and the way your life has been unfolding until where you are, if you're at peace with that, then you don't need that big goal for you to feel that peace or that acceptance. So this video has got kind of long, and I hope that I've shared some valuable insight in here that will help you to find peace with where you are and to actually start asking the right questions that will help to give you the right answers to move forward towards your goals. I wrote a poem recently and I've been doing a bit more of that, so check out my social media. I am going to start letting those words flow out and writing more poems, hopefully, and sharing them with you guys. But I wrote a poem about the songs that we are not singing, and that poem came from this idea and this sort of what I had realized about the things that keep us stuck, and the way that if we allow our fears and our doubts to keep us stuck, it will cause us more pain and suffering. It will cause us more failure than if we actually start to move forward. And whatever step we can, whatever next step we are capable of taking, even if we can only see just 1 foot in front of us, if we can start to walk in that direction, start to move in that direction, we will eventually have walked 1,000 miles. So the poem goes like this. The words you are not saying, the songs you are not singing, the dreams you are not living, they will eat you alive. And that really, I guess for me, it summed up the way I was feeling before I made this decision to take this new path and to take the next steps, the best next steps that I could, and, you know, the next steps that were true for me, even though I don't know the whole process of getting there, even though I don't know the whole process of writing the book. I mean, I can't just sit down and write it now, although I have actually now started writing down bits and pieces of different chapters that I know is going to come together, and I can't tell you how good that feels. But if I don't sing the song at all, or if I don't, you know, say the words at all, or if I stay stuck where I am because I don't know the whole song, that is going to cause me the greatest, you know, suffering, the greatest unhappiness. If we don't dive in and take a shot at that love that we know we want, even though the deeper we dive in, the more we have to lose. If we lose it, then we will never get that love that we desire. And if we don't chase our dreams in whatever way we can, if we don't take a step towards the dream, the big dream, no matter how small that first step is, if we don't take those steps, we will never get to the dream. When you really break it down like that and think about it in that way, you get to this point where there's more risk in staying where you are. There's more risk in believing in the doubts and believing in the fears than there is in actually moving forward. So I hope this video has been, I guess, helpful or shined some sort of light for you guys. Maybe it will help you to ask questions about what it is that you can do towards your big goals, or, you know, why you are feeling like you're not able to move forward. I'm going to try and start posting videos every week. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. There was a part of me that was kind of scared to start making this content that's not fitness content, because I know a lot of you have followed me for the fitness content, and I sort of, again, this is just another illustration of staying stuck where we are because we're scared of what is out there in the unknown. But I know that it is the right time for me to start making this content and to start sharing, I guess, things that I think are very important and kind of can't be broken apart from how important our fitness is. You know, you will find below in the bio to my YouTube channel different links to my Instagram channel, links to my website, stuff like that. If you have any questions that you want to ask me, feel free to leave them in the comments. If there is sort of something, you know, that I start talking about in a video that you have more questions about and you would like me to make a video on, then just reach out to me, send me an email or drop a comment below. Yeah, I would love to know if this is helpful for you guys. I would really love to hear that, because it will help me to, I guess, create more helpful messages by knowing that it has, I guess, struck a chord for you and helped you to answer some of your own questions. There are also links below in my bio to discount codes with different companies I work with, clothing, aspiring nutrition supplements, all of that. Do check out what I write in the bios below these videos, and I will always try to drop in there any helpful links. I'm excited to be finally making these videos again, and finally, I guess, feeling ready to say the things that I have to say. And yeah, I hope that you are able to ask the right questions of yourself and find this video to help you start saying the things you want to say and doing the things that you deep down want to do with your life, because you are capable. I know you are. We all are. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you soon.